In response to the Capitol attack on January 6th and the demand for racial justice, we need Congress to pass the For the People Act. In our first video in this series on the For the People Act, we discussed voting rights. In this video, we will be discussing campaign finance and the importance of an overhaul of the role of money in politics. To understand the solution, we must discuss the problem. Citizens United v. Federal Election Commission, also known as the FEC, along with other harmful court decisions, have made it possible for wealthy donors to impact elections. In January 2008, Citizens United, a nonprofit corporation, wanted to release Hillary the Movie, which was a film that questioned if Hillary Clinton would be a good president when she was a candidate in the Democratic Party's 2008 presidential primary elections. Citizens United went to the Supreme Court and fought against the Federal Election Commission to prevent the application of the Bipartisan Campaign Reform Act to the film. The BCRA applies restrictions to electioneering communications to regulate big money campaign contributions. Citizens United argued that this violated their free speech and it was unconstitutional for the Supreme Court to limit corporate funding in an election. By a 5-4 vote, the majority held that under the First Amendment, corporate funding of independent political broadcasts in candidate elections cannot be limited. The majority also ruled that freedom of speech is essential to democracy, even if that speech is from a corporation. However, with this, Citizens United also introduced super PACs, which are independent, expenditure-only political committees that can receive unlimited contributions. This creates a dynamic that transitions free speech into a hierarchy among citizens. Those who can afford it can fund the candidates with their best interest in mind. The For the People Act will put an end to this unfair dynamic and create an even playing field for all campaign donors. The Act introduces small donor matching, which allows candidates to easily join the system by raising enough small startup donations to qualify. Candidates accept certain conditions, such as lower contribution limits, but donors who give to these candidates in small amounts will see their contributions matched by public money. The For the People Act would match donations to participating House and Senate candidates of $1 to $200 at a 6-to-1 ratio. For example, a $200 donation to a candidate would attract $1,200 in matching public funds for a combination of $1,400. Fun fact, President Theodore Roosevelt first proposed the idea of small donor matching more than a century ago. Thanks, Teddy. The For the People Act also creates a pilot program that provides eligible donors with $25 in My Voice vouchers to give to congressional candidates of their choice. The vouchers are a great way for all Americans to fund a candidate they are passionate about, especially those who cannot afford to use personal funds. This act cleans up critical campaign finance rules and puts an end to mystery donations. Dark money groups aren't required to disclose their sources of funding, and this deprives voters of information about who is trying to influence them and what their intentions are. For instance, the National Rifle Association is one of the top 15 dark money groups, raising $2.1 billion between January 2010 and December 2016. The For the People Act takes several key steps to deal with these problems. It closes legal loopholes by requiring all groups that spend significant sums on campaigns to disclose their donors. It expands transparency requirements to apply to online campaign ads on the same terms as those on more traditional media and strengthens the paid-for disclaimers that are required to be included in such ads. The Act tightens restrictions on coordination between candidates and all outside groups that can raise unlimited funds. The For the People Act puts a limit on the role of money in politics and creates a level playing field for all donors and candidates. To learn more about the key measures in the For the People Act, click the links to our other videos below.